It's because we also must tap into the beautiful culture. Our cultures are beautiful, but we must not embrace everything. Because again, we must remember every generation has a duty and culture must evolve.
That's true.
So we will not have women walking with naked breasts just because it's culture. Because now we are in different times. But I always say that there's no nation that can rise above its women. Because what have we seen now in our country, for example, in Kenya? The beauty standards are not African. The beauty standards are Westernized.
Actually, that's the thing. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing. Why is that?
The beauty standards are Westernized. And I would say it's a weapon to erase our own beauty.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. Welcome in Made in Africa podcast, season 2, episode 6 with Kiarie Afrika. How are you doing today?
I'm very fine. I'm feeling great.
Yes. You look so beautiful, so fashionable. Before we go through and talk everything, how did you choose your style today?
I choose to just represent myself and my culture, my identity, my roots. I think that has been my core value when it comes to dressing and choosing how I dress. Representing my continent, which is Africa. Yeah.
So, Kiarie, let's tell our fashion lovers and enthusiasts and businesses, who are you? Tell us deeper, who are you? And tell us more about Kiarie Afrika. What is it?
So, Kiarie Afrika. So, Kiarie Afrika is a brand that was curated from authenticity. And Kiarie means something big, broad. Actually, it is my surname. For those who followed my story. And then I thought about Africa in general as a continent. So for me, growing up, I never saw a lot of representation of our people. So I always wanted very bold, big accessories, but I could never get them. The only tribe that I thought was representing itself was the Maasai. So I drew a lot of inspiration from the Maasai. And being Gikuyu by tribe, I thought, why don't I create like a brand that would represent myself, my identity, and where I'm coming from. And that's how Kiarie Afrika was born. It was about showcasing the power we have in accessories as Africans.
Yes, yes.
And also telling our stories through, our dressing, our accessories. I mean, people don't know that they tell our stories.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that is how it was born. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Now, in terms of the uniqueness, looking even the way you style, the way some of your product you have here, and the viewers can also see some of, this is one of so some of the pieces you have in our decoration here in this video, this made by Kiarie Afrika. So Kiarie Afrika, you are one of the creatives who believe Africans should present themselves with our own terms when it comes to tell story. Why is that?
The reason I push so much for that, and I live it, not just about pushing, because I also think as Africans, we need to get away from just talking about it and living it. So I've made it a personal lifestyle. And the reason why I do that, because this is the only way we can show the world that we are free. Because people who decide and dictate how you dress have your power. So how can we tell the world that we are powerful if we cannot dictate how we represent ourselves? So for me, it's coming from a freedom point of view. Because if you're free, then you can dress like your ancestors used to dress. And I feel Africans have forgotten their roots and where they're coming from. And for me, I decided in my generation, the generation I'm representing, is that I have a duty to represent our roots and where I'm coming from. And I also have a legacy to live. And how am I going to live it? I'm going to live the legacy by living the lifestyle that our ancestors used to live. And of course, combining it in the modern world. Yeah.
That's very interesting. For someone who is listening to us, what does it mean representing ourselves as an African? Let's say in terms of fashion, story.
This is a personal way of viewing things, my personal perspective.
Okay.
It's very deep because I feel it's a high time we as Africans, and I'm not just talking to Kenyans, I'm talking to the whole of Africa. We must move away from being influenced by the West. The first thing that should influence you is your continent, which is Africa. And when it comes to continent, we are different. For example, I said I'm Gikuyu. So it means if I'm not representing where I'm coming from, my identity, then I've already lost my identity. So for me, to the African people, the reason why I say we must represent ourselves, and representation means how you dress, how you show up, because the only way people are going to remember you, we have to remember that we have a story to tell.
Yes.
So our story should not be silenced. So how are you going to keep the story alive? You're going to keep the story alive by living it. So I'm a perfect example of I'm living our story. I'm living my story as an African. Yeah. So by the end of the day, it's just showing your power and where you're coming from. And it should be seen. Yeah.
And then there are people who, like what you're saying, I'm sure even some of the followers and listeners in this episode, now they may ask the question, looking at the way Africa, we've been under colonization. So do you think colonization will always be the problem, the issue for us not to say the story? Or what would you advise for someone to be able to come on that comfort zone, so to tell you honest, to be who you are?
I feel colonization now shouldn't be our story. It should be in the back of our minds, but we must get away from it.
Okay.
Because we've seen the effects of colonization. We are still having it.
Yes.
And I said the biggest problem now is with Africans is the mind colonization. We have to decolonize our minds first. And then when we do that, then we have to tap into our roots. So meaning going back. Because what I know is that, for example, education has been used as a tool to erase our stories. So education won't help us. It will help us in a way to maneuver the world, being global citizens. But when it comes to our identity and who we are, we must go back to the people who were there before us. Read our stories. And not the fabricated stories in books, because we have people who know our stories. For example, if I wanted to learn more about the Gikoyo people, I know an older generation that's there with our real story.
And let me cut in short there. You mentioned even about be who we are.
Yes.
Do you... women, in terms of women, the beautiful of women.
Yeah.
Do you support women showing them who they are, or do you support women who are more conservative? That means now we see a fashion kind of women where they can show a bit of breast, bit of the legs. Like women, the beauty is a part of women. So how do you see that? Beauty, the culture, fashion together and showing yourself, but still be you, not be like bikini with Western. How can you be yourself? Especially tell these beautiful African women, when it comes to be who you are in terms of fashion. Yes.
When I mention culture, it's because we also must tap into the beautiful culture. Our cultures are beautiful, but we must not embrace everything. Because again, we must remember every generation has a duty and culture must evolve.
That's true.
So we will not have women walking with naked breasts just because it's culture. Because now we are in different times. But I always say that there's no nation that can rise above its women. So if the women's beauty in every culture or in every country is degraded or is like silenced and shut down, it means that country can't move forward. Because when we talk about the beauty, we talk about the woman, because the beauty in women is the beauty of the country. Because they are the creators. We call them creators. They create life. They carry life. They create life. So for me, the freedom of women when it comes to expressing their beauty, it should be coming from a cultural point of view, because what have we seen now in our country, for example, in Kenya? The beauty standards are not African. The beauty standards are Westernized.
Actually, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Why is that?
The beauty standards are Westernized. And I would say it's a weapon to erase our own beauty. It's a weapon used for women because they know the power we have in our authenticity. For example, I can tell you when I was coming to this when I was coming today morning.
Yes.
You could tell the people who the way they were looking at me. They were looking at me in admiration, in respect. And even when someone is approaching me, they're approaching me with respect, because now they know this is a queen. Even the way she's a woman who knows herself. She's a woman who is in her power. But the problem is that our women, and especially I'll talk about Kenyan women, Kenyan women have lost their power when it comes to beauty. Because the moment you're told you can't embrace your hair. I mean, can you imagine your own hair? You are told you can't embrace your hair. You can't go to work with your own hair. It has to be some human hair from some country in Asia.
Yes.
they've actually now showed us the beauty standards. You have to be a light skin. It has to be with very long nails, like with color and too much makeup. So I feel it's a weapon used to just take our power away from us.
Yes.
Because when I look at the most powerful women, even a woman like Wangari Maathai, when I look at a beautiful woman who I used to love Orierogo, and I still love her. She set the standards. You remember her turbans, Orierogo Maduli. May her spirit continue being with us. She was unapologetic. And that was her time. So her generation, you can imagine in her generation, she did that for a legacy that we still live on. So it is very possible for us to just show up in this world in our own beauty, in our own standards. It's the only way we can tell the world we are free as Black women.
That is a very good point.
Yes.
And I hope viewers and listeners, you are enjoying today's episode. And then looking at the, what do you think women, how do you think African women will look beauty when they are out in terms of fashion?
Okay, interesting. Well, we must not deny the fact that we're in a modern world. That one has to be in our minds.
Yes.
So again, we don't expect to be walking wearing cowhide when we're going to office spaces.
Yes.
So I think now the conversation that should be on the table. So how do we merge our cultures and our identities with the modern world?
Yes.
And that's why now the creators and creatives like myself and the designers come in. So you borrow from your culture. Yeah. But now when you're creating a point of now fitting in this modern world. So it becomes in very like simple terms, you become no more of like a global citizen. So when you go up anywhere in this world, people can tell there's a culture bit of where you're coming from, but then you're still merging with other people. And
yes.
So, and I'm very grateful for designers. I mean, there's so many designers in Kenya who are doing that. But my point that I would love to emphasize on today's show is that the African woman should not forget her beauty. Yeah, it should be coming from a point of power, not what the world wants to see or what the world has dictated for the African woman. And trust me, Celestine, do you know the African woman, for example, the Kenyan woman, every time the Kenyan woman decides on what to dress, it's not even about themselves. It's about how the world sees her or how the world expects.
Yes.
It's not always about her freedom. And I always say, if you're a woman out there and you can't be free in what you're dressing in, you're not free.
Actually, that's bringing me the point to ask you how because there's being free.
Yes.
With peace of mind.
Yes.
There is being free to make other people happy.
Yeah.
There is also being free to make yourself happy. Yeah. What is the best?
The best is about yourself and what you stand for.
Okay.
Because when you're free, when you yourself, you're free as an individual, the world will adapt to that. So, for example, when I show up, like I showed up here today, I mean, the world has to adjust. I'm not changing anything for anyone.
Yes,
so it is you to adjust to how Kiarie shows up.
Yes.
So you won't tell me that my hair is not beautiful enough. It's my ancestors' hair. That's why I have locks on my hair. You won't tell me my makeup is not up to standard. It is mine. I'm free in it. So the moment you're free, even the universe responds to your freedom. Because now they know that now this woman is a very powerful woman.
Yes.
So until the African woman has that power to show up in her own element,
yes,
then the story can't change. And it has to start with the mind.
Yes.
It has to start with the mind. And and then also the other thing that we forget, what influences you? Are you influenced by the Western world or are you influenced by where you're coming from? I mean, that should be on the table all the time when you're deciding what should lead you. Is it the Western world or is it where you're coming from?
That now brings me to the question now to go deeper into Kiarie.
Yes.
Look even from the pieces. So tell fashion lovers and businesses, what piece are you mostly design? Where do you get equipment? How do you do it? Do you incorporate with culture?
Yeah.
Do you mix with modern? Tell us more about Kiarie journey and how do you create your pieces?
Interesting. So, like I said earlier when I was introducing myself, when I decided to embark on this journey, was to show that the African woman can be unapologetic, can be unstoppable, and also unforgettable.
Yes.
Because I feel our stories have not been told enough. So I decided to tell my story using my pieces. And one of my pieces is like the neck piece you see back here. These are very powerful neck pieces because every time you wear it, and even those people who followed me, they've seen it on the runway, they've seen it on, like on very famous people wearing it.
Yes.
It's because I wanted the African woman to come out of her comfort zone and just embrace who she is.
Yes.
Which is a powerful person. She's a powerful being.
Yes.
And for me, the creation story of this is very interesting because I love to create using African artisans. I work with artisans because sustainability is also something we have to put on the table. So if you look at feathers, we've all been eating chicken and we have very beautiful birds in Africa.
Yeah, true.
But you only see the beauty in photos. But then I thought that they have very beautiful feathers we can use. Africa is blessed with everything. So I decided, what's the one aspect that you can find in almost all tribes? Not just in Africa. Even abroad, even the Caribbean. And I found out that the aspect is feathers. And feathers are the feathers are very, on a spiritual way, they're very bold and they tell us stories. It's just like a bird. When you think of a bird, Celestine, what comes to your mind? Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. Yeah, free.
Yes,
yeah, go
a bird
everywhere.
can leave Kenya and go to Europe.
Yes, without a passport or
yes,
visa.
or anything. So I thought, when we have feathers on the neck piece, what will my clients be experiencing? They'll be experiencing freedom.
Yeah, true.
And trust me, the people who wear my pieces, even the feather earrings, they've told me that they felt like, they were on top. Even the walking style changes.
Yes.
So I wanted to bring that power of women. That power that has been suppressed for too long through accessories, through a piece of jewelry. And trust me, it's a game changer. And I'll give a perfect example. People pay top dollar to come see the Maasai. I mean, people, every time they come, even when you are abroad, you've traveled a lot, Celeste. And you'll find people asking you, are you Maasai? You're from Kenya, are you Maasai? Because they've always thought that Kenya only has one tribe, which is the Maasai.
Yeah.
Why?
Even there's a guy who was writing, people say like, all Kenyans, they live like, they believe.
Yes.
Maasai, they are the Kenyans.
Yes, we are.
Then he was lying. People actually, just something comes. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
It's that's what you are saying. Like being who you are.
Yes.
Like to be into your story.
Yes.
It's most important. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's because, for example, the Maasai. If you were to strip a Maasai woman from her jewelry, you will not notice her.
Yes.
So what's the power? The power is in the jewelry. And people have never realized that in every tribe, even when you go to the Dembele, the Samburu Kola, you go to the Zulu people, the Himba women, there's always an aspect of accessories and jewelry. So they have so much power. So for me, it was borrowing from that. Like when people see this, they can see aspects of the Maasai.
Yes.
And there's aspect of where I'm coming from, which is the Gikuyu people, because the Gikuyu people and the Maasai actually have a lot in common when it comes to jewelry. And I had to do a lot of research, even in looking at photos of my ancestors and photos of the generation that has been there before me. And that's how now I created this, but now I merge it into a way that the modern woman could embrace it.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's how I create these pieces. But for me, they have to be very bold, very apologetic. I mean, you can tell even from the rings I'm wearing. Because for the longest time, we've always apologized for who we are. So I decided I'm getting away from that.
Actually, that's the question I want to ask you. When I meet you, even the viewers and the followers who are listening, who knows you, they know you are very unique when it comes on fashion and events. So how do you choose your style when you come to the event? Because always you are very unique.
Yeah.
You never put the same thing. You are unique. How do you do that?
Well, it was a decision I made. This is all my clothes. I mean, people ask me if I always dress like this on a daily basis. I do.
Yes.
You meet me on a Monday in downtown Nairobi, you will spot me even without you will have to spot me. You meet me on a market day, I'm always like this. The market women are used to me. So because I feel, for me, dressing up, it's something that comes very natural. And I know this because it's also something in my DNA. We've not talked about lineage. Where are you coming from, your lineage? And my lineage is very interesting because my great-grandmother was a very powerful woman, because during Kenyatta's time, our first founding president, she used to be one of the women who used to sing for the president.
That's impressive.
And she used to be a very traditional woman. Because even the photos I have of her are just her in her Gikuyu regalia, in everything the Gikuyu woman looked like. So it's something also in my lineage. It's coming from a lineage. So for me, I would say I'm the generation, I'm the one who is reincarnated from her. So people also must learn about their history and their families and where they're coming from.
Yeah, that's true.
So for me, putting together what I'm gonna wear, it's very simple for me. Do you know why? Because every other time I know that who am I representing? I'm representing my roots and where I'm coming from. And who am I? An African woman. So every other aspect of Kiarie Afrika dressing has to be from an African perspective. Every other day.
Yes.
Every other day. I mean, that has been my norm, and it's very, very simple for me.
That's very amazing.
Yes.
And when you look the correction you put on, you also promote, let me call it, other designers.
Yeah.
So who are the designers in the Kenyans do you wear or promote? Is there any other international? Do you also have their pieces? Like
today I have I'm carrying a kyondo. Can you all see this kyondo? So this kyondo is by Kiarie. Please go follow her. She's a powerful woman. Though she's doing it. Everything is Kenyan made.
Yes.
Kenyan artisan. She's worked with women who are weaving vyondos.
Yes.
And she calls it the cosmology of the kyondo because she's decided she doesn't want the kyondo to be forgotten. And this is African luxury. You know, when you talk about Africa, people think it's just, things that are outdated and all that. You can imagine this is Kenyan made and you'll find it in international markets.
That's beautiful.
And this is sisal and brass.
Yes,
and it's a bag that can carry so much.
And you can see it's sustainable. It's very strong.
Is sustainable because you're using materials that are Kenyan found and African found. And I love people like Kisero Leather, who has a beautiful story with the father. I love designers like Katungulu Mwendwa, Katush by Katungulu.
Yes.
I love Adele Dijak. These are people who are trying to keep the African story, relevant and high because they are working with artisans and also merging because there's been a gap of artisans in the markets. You find that the artisan creating this kyondo doesn't benefit.
Yes. By the way, talking about the artisans, before we continue on that one, inside the Kiarie, you mentioned you work with a team and a community.
Yeah.
May you share with our viewers and listeners, how do you work with the community? Also, it's understandable your business is also supporting some of these communities. How does it work?
Yeah. What I realized is that as African designers, without the artisans, we don't have a story. Because you see, the artisans are the ones with the craft. They're the ones with the skills. They're the ones with the skills to make this kyondo. They're the ones with the skill to make this beadwork. So without their skills, there's no story. There's no African stories.
Okay.
So like for Kiarie Afrika, I work with women who make for me the beadwork. The feathers, I do them myself because then they have to have the Kiarie Afrika touch. They must have my
the
touch.
Uniqueness. Yes.
The uniqueness. But the beadwork, and like you've seen, I have brass, even the rings I'm wearing. Then I work with young men who are very good in making brass, in soldering, in all that. So it's a whole community.
Yes.
And that brings me to how we price our items and how we want the local or the local and international market to view the prices. Because it's not just about Kiarie Afrika getting a paycheck. It's also about the artisan who made that piece. So it's a whole chain.
Yeah.
And this is a conversation that must be brought to the table because we've had artisans being manipulated and being taken advantage of by very big designers. They come to Kenya, take advantage, go to any other African. They pay their artisans peanuts and then they sell the items top dollar.
Stop paying peanuts.
Yes, they top dollar. And and now I'm also now going to mention even on the government because they must set policies to protect artisans and designers from exploitation because that is still happening in Africa. There's a lot of exploitation when it comes to skills. Yes, and without the skills, there's no design.
Yes.
Without the skills, there's no design. For example, without the skill of the women who weave the vyondos, we wouldn't have
Kiarie, that's true.
Without the Masa women who do the beadwork, we wouldn't have Kiarie.
That's true.
But then, are we looking at their welfare? Are we exploiting them? Are they part of the story? Because that's many times, now I'm here as Kiarie. But Kiarie Afrika is just one person. I'm the brand. But the brand is about every other person behind me.
Yeah.
the artisan, the people who make the feathers, who dye the feathers, dry them before you see this neck piece. So that story must change, and it must be tabled now, Celestine. That conversation must be had.
Yes,
and we
yes.
must involve the government, because I feel the government is failing artisans. It's failing creatives in Kenya, especially.
Actually, that is another brings the other question. Before we talk about in sustainable within that business.
Yeah.
To you, you are working with artisans, fashion designers. Which policy, if someone asks you, Kiarie, which policy, name 2, 3, do you think government can focus on to boost the industry?
To boost the industry.
Yes, yes.
One, I would say they must come up with a policy of protecting our cultures. Because we don't have. Anyone can steal our culture. Yeah, this kyondo could be in Japan next year. And
yes.
You've seen the Masai Shuka with international designers.
Yes.
That is a failure with the government, because they've not set up policies to protect our cultures. And our cultures means even the garments and the beadwork and everything we use to produce our designs.
Yes.
Another one is that they must protect the designers. So if a designer produces something, we should have government policies to protect our designs. For example, like the kyondo.
Yes.
Nobody should replicate the kyondo. It should remain as the kyondo. And it should be in the government that this is how the kyondo looks, and it should remain there. Anyone trying to imitate, then they're going to have a problem with the government.
Yes.
And also, I feel the government should also come up with policies where artisans are also granted funds. Because we have a lot of creative men. Trust me, Africans are gifted. Come to Kenya, you meet, the designing industry. You meet very talented artisans, very talented designs. But do they even have the capital to put the vision, to bring the vision to life? They don't. So again, people, when you talk about, and arts, Celestine, arts.
Yes.
Arts is something that has been forgotten in Africa. Do you know it takes an international body for you to know some of these creatives? It takes an international body.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, we talk about when you go to Creative DNA and British Council, you find internationals, they are more supporting creatives than Africans.
Yes. It's a sad state of affairs. It's a very sad state of affairs because, and again, like I said, when someone, we've had this conversation where people ask, is Africa yet free? We are not. We can be free as individuals, but as a continent, we are not. Do you know why? Because the moment you go to Africa and the art is for the West, because even in Kenya, even artisans, they create things for the West.
For the West. Even you will see now, you go in these shops, the price is in US dollar.
Yes.
Even when you're in Africa, sometimes you ask how much, but now they just look at like this, like they think you are not able to buy.
You cannot afford. It's not for you.
But if Muzung comes, it's like how much? Like, hi, come.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So when I said we are not yet free,
yes,
that is what I meant. Because first we must start creating designs and stuff for us as Africans before it goes international.
Yeah.
And how are we going to do that? The government must come in because, for example, if you look at Kenya, it's flooded with things from China, from Turkey. By the time you get an African shop in town, you have to have gone downtown.
Yes.
Or maybe Kariakor Market, which is Uko downtown.
Downtown, yes.
And this is Africa. But when you go to uptown, what are the shops full of? They're full of imported stuff.
I know.
And I can tell you, right now, if we were to work with you, Celestine, in town, we could be in town the whole day and you will not meet a woman looking like me.
No.
In fact, they will be looking at me like, oh, are you from Nigeria?
Yeah.
Are you from South Africa? And even others, they'll tell you, like, for example, I have a neighbor who is always telling me I should be in America. I should live in America.
Yeah.
People like you should be in America. I don't think you deserve to be in Africa. And I'm like, wait. So I think for me, we still have a long way to go when it comes to decolonizing Africa.
And then you mentioned the policies.
Yes.
What do you think can, because I have seen, actually, let me say, the first time I interviewed her, for you guys who are watching this, so the first time I interviewed Kiarie, this is the first time I get to run one of your iconic pieces for the first time in the history.
Yeah.
Then I saw some other people who are trying to copy paste you.
Yes.
I have seen some of them.
You have, yeah.
I even asked this woman, like, I like, do you make this? Is like, my people make this.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's your people? Is like, my artisans as well.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
So the policy, how do you think government can create that policy protect such a creator like you who have a small, like a unique piece like this? What do you think government can do? Because there are so many artists in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you think? Do they need the forum? Bring them together? Register them? Because they have to be something that brings people together.
Yeah.
So we know this is Kiarie, this is Vikingari, this is this one. So to you, how do you think Kenya government can protect such a pieces of yours?
Interesting. It must start with a conversation.
True.
And it must start with bold conversation and uncomfortable conversations where someone like Kiarie is not afraid of speaking the truth. Because I also realize that is also part of the problem. We are afraid of telling the truth. So it doesn't mean that, I mean, like you said, there's an artist who will come up and make something like Kiarie is. But one thing I learned when we were going through Creative DNA program under British Council, which we are going to discuss in a bit.
Yes, yes.
Is that even Google itself protects a designer.
Yes, yes.
Because it looks at who created that thing first. Even this thing of the Maasai Shuka and the Kyondo.
Yes, yes.
There's some things they can't just steal from us.
Yes,
because
yes.
they've been there for ages.
For a long time, yeah, true.
And it's good to inspire someone. You'll find the designer maybe trying to imitate me. Maybe she was inspired. But the thing is that we don't give credit.
Yes, yes.
For example, I mentioned Vicky. Vicky does a Kyondo. Is it the first Kyondo we've seen? No.
No.
But then she's put her own taste and made it into a luxury brand.
Yes, yes.
It's not that the Kyondo hasn't been there. It doesn't mean that she's the last one to produce Kyondos. They will always be produced. But then again, we need to be given credibility, which is something as African designers we've not. You know why? Because we don't respect each other's work. And before we even go to the government, we as designers must start respecting each other. And also you as clients. If you've bought a Kiarie piece like 5 years ago, and then you see...
Let me cut in short. Maybe look at the camera, tell the designers, tell them regarding on what you are saying, and then tell the customers. Because I think that is a very powerful message. Yes.
So the designers... When you're the original designer of anything, of any design,
yes,
that is your power. You are the original. So if others come after you and you inspire them, the conversation should be the credibility. Like, who inspired you? Mention the designer. Say, I got inspired and that's why I'm creating this. And another thing is that don't be afraid as a designer for your designs being stolen. You still have the mind. Of the create. I mean, like Kiarie Afrika has so much coming in store. I have many designs because I'm still the creator.
Yes.
I'm still the creative mind.
You still have your head.
Yes, I still have my head.
Yes.
But what I would say is that we also as creative must start calling out on people who steal other people's designs. And I'm not saying anyone cannot create a Kiarie Afrika piece like the neck piece behind me here. No. But always know that even the universe respects originality.
Yes.
So don't give up because of that. Because imitation will come. Even someone will take this to China and have it mass-produced. But one thing I've realized about the universe will always respect the originator.
Yes.
Who was the origin designer? Who was the original designer?
Yes.
And also you as clients, if you've bought a Kiarie piece for 4 years and you meet an imitator, call them out. Tell them, I know about Kiarie, I know about Vicky, I know about Katush. I agree you're trying to earn a living, but please give credibility.
Yes. To the origin of the idea.
Yes, but that shouldn't, I mean, it's there. China have come and they've taken everything. They came, they took our calabash. Now people are taking uji with melamine calabashes. And again, I always say, who is the enemy of the Africans? It's you, the African.
Yes.
Because why are you buying a melamine calabash when we are growing the calabash is just here?
Now that brings the question now. Kiarie, how do you see... in terms of what have done so far, fashion industry in Kenya. Let's look at fashion industry in Kenya as a big picture.
Yeah.
The good thing is you are among of the top designers and also who have got a chance to know and meet other designers. So in terms of what have done so far, how do you see fashion industry in Kenya? What have done? What gap are you looking at? And how do you see fashion industry in Kenya in 10 years?
Interesting. I feel there's a gap. There's a big gap. And the gap I have mentioned just before is that it's between the artisan and the market.
Okay.
So we must fill the gap. And the only person who's going to do this is the designer.
Okay.
So we must make sure that the artisan is dignified by getting a dignified wage.
Yes.
And then we must remember that when we create these things, and this is something I've also taken out from Creative DNA, is that you must start knowing your worth as a designer.
Okay.
Because anytime you've designed something and people have bought, do you know how hard it is to create something and people buy? I mean, I always ask people to go design something and people buy, then you know you're a powerful person.
Yeah, true.
Even if it's a cup, create a cup and let people buy the cup. Then you know that you're doing something important. But the gap that must be bridged is also policies. How are we going to protect, going on forward, how are we going to protect our designs? How are we going to stop an international designer who has more resource power from coming to take my design and producing it, in a very huge way in China, and then even earning so much? How are we going to protect this?
Yes.
We have to involve the government. And please, the Ministry of Arts and all that, and the culture, and please get involved. Start protecting us as designers. We need you.
Yes.
Because without you, we've been failing. And that's why you find artisans, people have been looking at them, creatives, and realizing that at some point you gave up on your dream. Because there was no support.
Yes.
So the gap must be bridged from the artisan to the consumer. So that when the consumer buys something, it trickles down all the way to the artisan. So everybody wins.
And now that is the gap. Are you happy so for feel like this is what have been happened in Kenya in let's say 10 years ago? Like what are you happy for?
I'm happy that we have institutions like Kenya Fashion Council, which has come in and has played a huge role in the Kenyan fashion industry, because it is trying now to bring the conversation on the table, and it is trying also to come with policies of protecting designers. That is something I have to say. And also, I also must give it up to the people who also who give platforms to designers to be known internationally.
Yes.
Yeah, like even like the Kenya Fashion Week, the Nairobi Fashion Week, because that one is something that is televised internationally.
Yes.
Something like the Tribal Chic. I must give it up to them because they're trying to tell the world that we have able designers in Kenya. And pushing the products forward. So I'm happy. Even the brand Kenya, I mean, they've tried to push the brand Kenya so much. And that's why these days I think they're insisting so much that you must have a tag of made in Kenya so that they can know that Kenya is actually capable of producing luxury brands, luxury items.
Yes.
So it's from Kenya to the world. Yeah.
Kenya to the world. Yes. And now, to you, when you're looking at what is happening, we talk about the Kiarie Afrika, the Kenya industry. When you look at what's happening, people are creating. You mentioned a lot of creatives. When you look at 10 years of fashion industry art in Kenya, how do you look at it? Or how do you wish it would be in 10 years?
10 years, that's a whole decade. But what I'm positive about, and this is a vision I have for Kenya, creative industry, the Kenya fashion industry, is that the next 10 years will be one of the influencers in the world fashion industry. Like when you mention the world, I mean, it's already happening. What I know is that anytime we will be mentioning international fashion shows, international trade fairs, everything, that Kenya will be there. I say Kenya will be a determinant. And because also as who we are as Kenyans, where we are in location-wise, and who we are as Kenyans, because what I know about Kenyans is that we are go-getters. Kenyans have a spirit of not giving up.
Yes, go get.
It doesn't matter how the situation is. Kenyans will never give up. So in the fashion industry, I see us on big stages. I see us making the changes. And I see us representing the world on global perspective. So I'm very positive about the fashion industry. And I'm also very positive that in 10 years to come, we'll be wearing made in Kenya. Everything made in Kenya.
Okay, that's very impressive. Now, give us your views on raw material in Kenya, and that's a big part.
Yeah.
How do you see raw material in terms of art? I mean, like you said, you still have a bird, still have seashells, still have beads. So how do you see raw material in Kenya? Because we are people, they are like these issues, designers, they can't get the fabrics, there is challenges. To you, how do you see raw material in Kenya, and why do you see people are still complaining that there is not enough raw material?
Yeah. Because we need to bring back the industries. We need to bring back cotton fields. We need to start growing our own cottons. We need the government to provide us with industry where we can We can process the cotton for ourselves. We can process the linen for ourselves. We can process the sisal for ourselves. Now, the problem now we have in Kenya is that we don't have the resources to do this. And even if they're there, they're too pricey. So it becomes even economically unstable. Or it doesn't make sense economically because sometimes you have to go to China, have it produced in China, to come back to Africa. Again, why are we doing this? Because the government has failed us. So I'm saying, can we bring back the looms? Can we bring back factories? Can we bring back... so everything now can be made, grown, made, produced, everything processed in Kenya and in Africa.
Yes.
So that is what is missing in Kenya. So you find now if it's cotton, you don't have enough cotton. Why don't we have enough cotton? Because we closed down industries of cotton. So what can we do as designers? Start growing our own cotton. Yeah, we can do that. It's possible.
Yeah, actually now you mentioned about the pricing within that. This why do made in Kenya will be a bit expensive in terms of art. Let's say some of your jewelries.
Yeah.
You are a very good brass.
Yeah.
Looking at the price, I'm not saying it to you, but I'm just saying generally, you will find some of your jewelries are expensive than the ones we made in China. So, Kiarie, why do you think Kenyans creators are hiking their prices? Even the dresses, you find they're so expensive. And then some people, they are like, it's expensive, but the fabrics are not that good.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but the beads are not that good.
The beads are not that good.
So why do you think is that?
And I agree. Because also there's a whole gap of value for money. Because if people have to pay a good price for your product, then they have to get value for the money.
That's true.
The problem is that I don't think if it's even a problem, it's a challenge. It's a challenge because for the longest time, we've been made to feel our products are not good enough. But anything that is derived from representing our cultures and our roots should have a price tag. And culture is not cheap.
Yeah.
Because it's something we're trying to preserve. It's something we should strive so hard to preserve. So anytime, because I always ask people, you don't complain about Gucci prices, but you'll complain about a Masai neck piece price. Why is that? And maybe even the bag is not even nicely made. You've seen a Vikingare.
Yes.
This is handmade. But people will not pay top dollar for this because they think handmade is not good product.
I see.
But then we are moving away from that.
Yes.
We need people to know that handmade can be a luxury.
Yes.
And for the longest time, one thing that I took from creative design until to date is that you must know your worth as a designer. And they are the people who even taught us to price our stuff. The class I was in, it was a very enlightening and awakening class for me because we didn't know our worth as designers.
Yes.
Yet remember, people are willing to pay top dollar if you can give them value for their money. That's the only gap. So when we are producing things, just like we do for the perfect good coffee or the tea, or the produce we send, we export abroad, we can still do this for other products.
Yes.
Yeah, and once we do that, then there will be no problem with putting top dollar.
Yes.
But then I agree with you, Celestine, that sometimes even the fabrics are not the best. For example, you're pricing a polyester dress too high. This is a polyester dress. Polyester shouldn't even be something we are wearing. It should be more of sustainable fabrics like cotton, like sisal. So like linen, things like silk. Yeah, so again, why are we pricing things that should be banned? We should start banning some of these fabrics because they're not even good for the environment. Some of these products, you've seen what they've done to the environment.
Yes. Talking about environment, Kenya, it's among of the Africa a country where sustainable fashion is now getting closer. Everyone is like sustainable fashion. To you, how do you define sustainable fashion?
Wow. It's deep. It's deep. And the reason why I say it's deep because for the longest time, we've been made to be the dumping continent. So I'll start by saying I have two aspects of sustainability.
Yes.
And one aspect is that we can be sustainable by using what you already have. And this is by every other product that has been sent. Like if you go to Mutumba, there's so much. We can always create designs from that. You can go to the market and just get fabrics and create new designs from that.
Yes.
Because we already have too much. You don't need more. And we also must get away from the mentality that we must produce or we must make things from scratch. No. Because we already have too much. And how are we going to make the environment safe? Is by now being sustainable by using what we already have. And my other aspect, the second one, is sustainability comes in terms of, can we be able to sustain ourselves as a continent when it comes to production? So this comes again by what are the raw materials? For example, like sisal. Are we growing enough sisal? Are we growing enough cotton? Because this is sustainability to us.
Yes.
And the third aspect is that if you're growing these raw materials like the sisal, the cotton, the silk, do we have a capacity? Do we have the capacity as a country to now process it into materials?
Yes.
How are we sustainable enough to even have them? Because that's where now China comes in. We are not capable of processing the raw materials. But if we can join resources, and this is through the government, through initiatives, through other institutions coming in, we can do that. So that everything now becomes grown in Kenya, produced everything, processed in Kenya, produced in Kenya, made in Kenya, 100%. Because now I can tell you there's a made in Kenya that is made in Kenya, but then they should rephrase it. Designed in Kenya, made in China.
Wherever you are, I hope you guys will have very, very good time with today's guest, Kiarie Afrika. She looks so beautiful and very talented, and I'm very happy to host her today. So, Kiarie, there is opportunity happening in Kenya, including Creative DNA. What is your experience with Creative DNA? For those who doesn't know even Creative DNA, tell us what is Creative DNA and what is your experience in that program?
Okay, Creative DNA. Creative DNA is an initiative which is sponsored by British Council. And it is an initiative to support creatives in Kenya. And now they're in other countries, not just in Kenya. They're in South Africa, they're in Nigeria, they're in Ethiopia. And I happen to be a beneficiary of the program. I'm an alumni of cohort 4, Creative DNA cohort 4. And I can tell you, if you're a designer in Kenya and you come across Creative DNA, please go to East African Arts, Instagram, find them. Trust me, this initiative, it will propel you to greatness as a creative. It will. Because the things that you learn through the program are things that would take you years to even learn, or maybe never learn. Because you see, they're coming from a point of view where they have done almost like a research in the African creative scene.
Yes.
And they've known the gaps. They know the loopholes. What are the challenges that the creatives are facing? So when you go into that program, trust me, you will come out better as a creative. I did. And I can tell you, I have reaped the benefits of being in that program. What
was your experience like? What do you feel like? This is what I learned from this Creative DNA that changed the way I think in terms of business and creative.
First, in terms of creativity, is that every creation, every creative, every design that you come up with is worth for the world to see. Don't think your designs are little or too small for the world. No, any design that you design, it's worth for the world to see. So don't think you're too small. Well, that is one thing I learned about Creative DNA. Everybody deserves a chance, and everybody is powerful in their own way. And second thing is that Creative DNA teaches you how to know your worth and know the worth of your products. What are you producing? And that's why they even teach you to bridge the gap between the artisan and the product. Because that is something, even in school, even if you have to go to school, nobody will teach you that. Yeah, because when you're pricing a product, you must remember the artisan.
Yes.
And also visibility. Creative DNA gives you visibility because what it does, it puts you on platforms that you would only dream of. And it also puts you on spaces where you'll meet the high clientele, people that will tell you. So for example, if I was to tell them this neck piece is 10,000, this is someone who is willing to pay for the neck piece. And do you know what I learned about on Creative DNA? People don't always buy the product. They buy the story.
Okay.
So because Kenyan designers and African designers, the thing that we've been missing for the longest time is that we never tell our stories through our products. And Creative DNA, actually, they used to tell us to tell our story. And you know, the story began from childhood. For Kiarie Afrika, for the world to see Kiarie Afrika now, then there has to be a story before you became Kiarie Afrika. There has to be a story before you became Celestine.
Yes. There is always background.
And trust me, now the story is the brand. People think the brand is the neck piece or the jewelry I'm wearing.
Yeah.
It's the story behind it.
Yeah, I agree. That's true.
And we didn't know that. I personally didn't know that. And since then, I've always felt so powerful in sharing my story.
Okay.
And they told us every story matters because it will resonate with people out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to surprise you with something that just comes in creative DNA. You know, people talk. So, and people who are in the media, people talk. So there is something happened last year, I guess, and they took a few designers to UK to showcase in the UK.
Yeah.
They went, they showcased, then they came back. Then I meet someone and told me, if I'm a designer, someone asked me to pay for me 5,000 to go showcase in Europe. Flight, a hotel, then I go showcase my stuff. I don't sell any one of a piece. I only get a story there. Then the question comes in. Do you think programs like Creative DNA, they invest too much to support the career rather than invest to boost your business? Because there is support your career to run, it also give you money and get more product. So how do you see that view for people who look that way of, let's say, too much training?
Too much resources are being used to
help you
to go out there, but it is not equating to sales.
How do you see your views on that?
I'll look at it in two different ways.
Yes.
So when you mentioned something like London Fashion Week, it will take a lifetime for many designers to never get there.
True.
This is London Fashion Week. And what I feel about the opportunity, even if it won't equate to sales, it means that creative DNA is actually just telling you or just showing you that you belong to the world. You belong to a global stage. So you need to broaden your vision as a designer.
Yes.
And not just, sometimes we are just compelled to Africa. But it's telling you can be on global stages. You can go to London Fashion, you can go to Milan Fashion, you can go to New York Fashion Week. So they're telling you, please broaden up. Go. Yes. The world needs you. You're global. So because the moment Creative DNA takes designers to London, it's because they believe in our products.
Yeah.
They believe that our products need to be in the same stage with other products that have been on global stages. It might not equate to sales that particular time.
Yes.
But it's part of your story. And one thing I've realized about Africans, and you have to stop this mentality, is because stories don't always have to amount to money.
Yes.
So they could give you the money instead for you to produce more.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean you'll sell more.
True.
But that stage they gave you, that opportunity they gave you, in years to come, could give you a bigger opportunity than you could have ever imagined. So for me, I look at it in two different ways. It's a win-win. There's someone who would want the money to produce more as a designer. For me, I would say how the universe shows itself. Because I know after that, there are people who will even contact you from a global perspective. I saw you on London Fashion Week. I love these pieces. I would love you to stock in our shop in Paris or in where, So for me, it's just the gesture. They're telling you are big enough to be on this stage. Yes.
That's very interesting. And now, tell their younger creators who are outside there, even those who are established, they keep complaining. They see all these programs. They, why do they suppose not to? I don't know. They complaining the process, registration. Yes. To you, how do you tell them something? Advise them something. Why are they complaining?
Well, and like I said, if people know Kiarie, know that she speaks the truth. For me, I want to be remembered as the woman who was never shy from telling her truth. I agree, because we've not created our own platforms and our own initiatives as Africans. And this is where the government comes in. Because if you did create platforms for us as creatives, we wouldn't have, even if they were to come in, they would come in as equal partners. But they come in because they already know that you're already not doing enough for your creatives. And everybody who wants to help you, some come with conditions. And some of these conditions are not favorable to us. Some are too colonial. And like I said, is Africa yet free? We still have a long way to go. So again, the terms and conditions might not be favorable to us, but you look at the end of the tunnel. What are you getting as a creative?
Yes, yes.
It might not be the best for you, but let me say this. I have been in spaces where I've felt colonized again. I've been in spaces where I've felt degraded. And I've been in spaces where I'm facing my ancestors' colonizers. But then I've looked at it in a very positive way.
Yes, yes.
How is it helping me now, my day to day? Because when you said the British Council, people were like, these are the British. They colonized us. Why are you working with the British?
Yes, yes.
But then I'm looking at it and like, no, but now they're here to just show me that even if I colonized you, still have power, your generation.
Yes, yes.
That's why we are recognizing you. And let me tell you, even for me being in the creative DNA, I never lost my voice.
Okay.
And you can ask even the people behind Creative DNA and
Yes.
even people in the British Council. They will tell you that Kiarie is a woman who spoke her mind. There are things I would agree to and there are things that I would not agree to.
Yes, yes.
So anywhere you go, even if it's spaces where you feel like you're not, your voice is being silenced, always try to speak up for yourselves. Because generations to come will remember you.
Yes,
and for me, that is what I live for. I'm not doing this for myself.
True.
I want to go to London Fashion Week for myself. I'll go to London Fashion Week because in the Kiarie Afrika story,
Yes, yes.
it will be told that she actually went to London Fashion Week. She went to Milan Fashion Week. It's part of my story. Yeah, it's part of my story. So what story are you leaving behind?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that brings the question now, how do you see inclusivity in terms of those programs, Creative DNA, there is all those programs surrounding, even these events, fashion weeks. How do you see inclusivity? There are people who are like, me, I can't be invited because, I don't know, me, they can't allow me to participate, I don't know. So how do you see inclusivity in terms of bring creative together, bring fashion designers together, like giving opportunity to share as everyone? How do you see that inclusivity?
Of course, we can't all get the opportunity.
Yes, yes.
Again, it's too many of us. But we must be grateful for the small number that gets the opportunity. Again, they can't do everything for us. So they can't include everyone.
Yes, yes.
But to other creatives who have not been invited in the program, you can learn from the ones who've been invited.
Yes.
And for me, what I'm doing now is that I've even started engaging young creatives who didn't get an opportunity to the programs, but just sharing what I learned.
Yes, yes.
Because I already went through the program, so I can share. I can help them out. I can tell them, by the way, in this program, this is what you can input in your brand, in your business.
Yes, yes.
So we all can't be there, but we just have to be grateful. Like, for example, I would say, I'll clap for Celestine until it's my turn.
Yes, yes.
And I can learn from Celestine, even if I'm not on Celestine's shoes. So that is what I'm saying. Even if you're not selected, but you can learn from a creative who's been part of the program.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you can see someone on London Fashion Week and you can say, someday I'm going to be on a fashion show.
Yes,
so
yes.
you get that. And also positivity, because the moment you don't accept yourself first, even the universe rejects you. So it has to start with you.
With you first, yes.
And where are you as a person? Where are you? What are you doing about where you are? Then if it's downtown, kwenye uko mashinani, where people know about your brand, what are you doing about it?
Yes, yes.
I've met creatives who don't even wear their own designs.
Yeah.
So how is the world going to respond to you?
If you don't promote yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So again, it also has to come back to us as personal, on a personal level. And this is why it goes back to how we started the conversation.
Yes, yes.
What drives you? For me, what drives you is myself and where I'm coming from and representing myself. And also my story, because remember, we all write in our own story.
Yes, yes.
So for me, my duty now is to write a story that will be read, that will be shared to generations to come,
including today's episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want my daughter to look at this episode in years to come and tell people, that was my mother.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I want her to get strength and learn from me that my mother never kept quiet. And she showed up to this world in her own authenticity. Yeah. So by the end of the day, you might not be the best top seller. Like we say, Gucci is the best top seller. So you might not be Dior or Louis Vuitton. But trust me, your story will be read and shared in ages to come. Just like Wangari Maathai. Every other generation that will come will always know about this woman.
Oh.
Even if we continue cutting down trees, we still have those who are planting trees.
True. Because of her.
Because of her. So her story will always be alive. No matter how we try, many people try to bury it, there are those keeping it alive.
Yes.
And how do we do it? By telling the story. Yeah.
Dear everyone, we hope you have a very, very good time. We have a last question before we get to the today's episode. I know some of you guys, you have so many questions you want to know about Kiarie. Maybe bring her back in the next next episode, maybe in the future episodes.
Yeah.
And I know there are a few questions you want to know. Kiarie, people, they know you as a happy woman, very humble, who open and so just simply tell people what secrets of your happiness and who you are. Yes.
One secret is always be in your authenticity.
Okay.
Always be in your authenticity. Don't try to fit in. Fit in will kill you very fast. Don't try to be on top. The top will find you. Don't try to be on the top. The top will find you. You will not know how you get yourself there.
Okay.
And another thing is that always be content by what you have. We must stop this culture of competition. We must accept where we are. We must be content. And it's only when the universe responds. When you're content, I have realized that when you're content, and it's something I have lived to tell, is that the universe just awards you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also know your power. Especially I'm talking to the Kenyan woman, the African woman. Please tap into your power as an African woman. Do you know that? I mean, we have so much power if we only tapped into our authenticity. Not the power sold on social media, no. No, it's there. You won't find it on social media. But it's there. There are women like me, Kiarie, and there are other women who've been there even before me. We are there. And the authenticity, where we are coming from, because they know if the African woman goes back to her power, and what is her power? Her power is in who she is. The world will just respect you. The world will just adjust to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you mentioned you are Kikuyu woman.
Yes, I'm a Kikuyu woman.
All women are the same, but what makes Kikuyu women very unique in terms of culture and storytelling, is based on your grandma who was once singing at the president's
I know.
at the Paris.
In Gikuyu, she would be called. She was called Anyakenywa. Anyakenywa is a woman of very high hierarchy.
Okay.
Because you see, again, it goes with hierarchies from since you're born. So it's different stages.
Yes, yes.
And for example, the crown I'm wearing, people can see it. It has the 10 clans of the Gikuyu people. And I come from the clan of the first daughter called the Anjiro people. And people have seen me on my videos say, hi, I'm Munjiro, because I'm coming from that clan. And the Gikuyu people are powerful because they're mentioned in our stories so much. For example, if you learn about Kenyan story, you can't learn about Kenyan story and not hear of the Gikuyu woman.
Of course, even if I say the founding father.
The founding father, because this nation was also built on that. It was because we've always been a very powerful tribe.
Yes, yes.
And the Gikuyu woman has always been a very powerful tribe because she was involved in so much, and she was involved in forming this nation, and she was involved in us getting the independence that we have.
Yes, yes.
I wouldn't say we are 100% free. No, still not yet free. We have a long way to go. But I would say, for me, the power, and all tribes are powerful, not just the Gikuyu woman.
Yes,
whether
yes.
you're a Maasai woman, whether you're a Luo woman, Turkana, Taita, you're a powerful one.
Yes.
But the only way you're going to remain in that power is to learn your story. Talk to your grandmother. Talk to the aunties who are there before you. Know your story. Know what made you powerful. And then tap into it. Then live it. We are tired of conversation, Celestine. I'm also, the other day I said, I think we've had too many conversations. So why don't we start living our truth?
Yes.
Live it. Then people you embody it. People can learn from you. And I can tell you, for me, I'm already doing it. I want to walk my path, and I'm already walking it. Do you dress in authenticity? I do. You can all see. I mean, it's people who meet me on a daily basis, they know this. So always live in your power, always live in your story. You are powerful. Never forget that.
You are powerful and never forget that. So, Kiarie, the last question, and you mentioned your daughter.
Yes.
So, when you look 5, 10, 20 years, the story of Kiarie Afrika, how do you see your story? You mentioned you are doing this for not yourself, for the Africa, for Kenyans.
Yeah.
So how do you see your story in 10 years, the story of Kiarie in 5 years to come?
What I know is that it's going to be a big story. It's gonna be a story told by my daughter and told by the generations coming after me, my daughter and the generations coming after her. And I can tell you, I can bet on this. I'm gonna be learned in schools and institutions. I'm gonna be a woman people are gonna be told about. This is Kiarie Afrika, and Kiarie Afrika is gonna be a brand, not just when it comes to designing, but it's gonna be a movement.
You already blend.
Yes. So
Yes,
I'm looking at it as a movement. You know what movement I'm looking at it? I'm looking at a movement where women just came out of their comfort zone and embraced them. So I'm seeing myself as not just as a brand, but as a woman in history and in the Kenyan history and in the fashion industry, a woman who defied all odds and decided, you know what, we can tell our stories our own. Yeah, that's Kiarie.
Kiarie, thank you very much for,
Thank you so much,
for coming in
Celestine.
today's
I know.
episode. We really have a very, very good time.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Wherever you are, I hope you really have very good time. See you next time with your host, Celestine Wilma. And thank you for our today's guest.
Kiarie.
Bye-bye.
Dayo.
Yes.